Hello and welcome to the Electronic Visit Verification, or EVV web portal and CSV file demonstration. In this video, I will be demonstrating how to access the EVV web portal. I'll review the CSV file requirements, demonstrate how to submit a test submission, and how to submit a correction. The EVV web portal and CSV user guide and the EVV technical file specifications are companion guides to this video and can be found at medicaid.utah.gov/EVV. To access the EVV portal, go to evvMedicaid.utah.gov/EVV, submit. If you are a new user of the EVV portal, you may be required to create an account with Utah ID. If you already have a Utah ID account, enter your Utah ID and password and click Sign In. For instructions on how to create a Utah ID account, click the Get Help icon and then click on the Account Creation icon. Once the instructions have been read, return to the Utah ID login page and click Create an Account. Once your Utah ID account has been created, log into the EVV portal. If this is your first time accessing the EVV web portal, you will also be required to complete a one-time registration page. Information from your Utah ID account will populate the registration. Enter your 10-digit NPI or 7-digit PRISM provider ID. Click I'm not a robot. Select the I agree to the Utah Department of Health Terms of Service and Privacy checkbox, and click Submit. Click Sign In. Here the screen displays a warning that the Medicaid EVV system contains personal information including PHI. Unauthorized access, misuse of the system or data contained herein, is a violation of DHHS policy and may be subject to state and federal prosecution and penalties, as well as civil penalties. Anyone using this system consents to system monitoring and agrees to use the system for its intended purposes. Please read the important notice, then click Continue to Application. The CSV file method is for third-party software solutions to export electronically captured EVV data in a format the Utah Medicaid system will accept. The CSV file method is not to be used as a manual input method. On the CSV screen, we've listed the mandatory fields, the acknowledgement response, the Download the CSV template button, a correction indicator checkbox, the Data is for testing purposes checkbox, the email of submitter field, and the ability to choose a file and upload a CSV file. We would recommend that you read the EVV technical specification document that lists all the data elements and their expected format. It can be found on medicaid.utah.gov/EVV. Next, I will demonstrate how to download and upload a CSV file. Click the Download CSV template button. From your browser downloads, you can open the CSV template and save it to the desired folder. The CSV template has the appropriate columns in order for your CSV file to be uploaded to our system. In the web portal and CSV user guide, there are formatting instructions. The Microsoft Excel file cannot save custom formatting. Member IDs are 10-digit numbers that begin with a 0. Whenever you open the Excel file, the leading zeros are removed from the member ID. You will need to apply the following custom format to the member ID column. Right-click on the member ID column header. Select Format Cells. Select Custom. In the Type field, enter 10 zeros and then click OK. The leading 0 is applied to the member IDs. Both the begin time and end time columns accept either a 12-hour or a 24-hour clock format. If you use the 12-hour clock format, you must leave a space between the time and the denotation of either AM or PM. If you use a 24-hour clock format, you will need to format the columns like the member ID column demonstrated earlier. A batch ID and record ID is required for each record. This information is required to correct a record. Please note, if using your own CSV file, the first row will always be treated as a header row and thus ignored. To upload the CSV file, click the Choose File button. After your file name appears, enter your email as the submitter. Click the Upload CSV File button. If this is your first time submitting a CSV file to the Utah evv web portal, you are required to submit a successful test submission before receiving production access. To submit a test message, click the Data is for Testing Purposes button. Click Upload CSV. The file validation will check for the discrete combination of the mandatory fields. On the screen, you will see the upload progress bar, and depending on your file size, validation can take up to 20 minutes. After the validation is completed, the screen will display a submission acknowledgement with the receipt ID, and the total number of records submitted, accepted, and rejected. Below the receipt acknowledgement is information on which rows were rejected and why. You will need to fix rejected rows and resubmit the entire file. The file will not process until all rows are correct. In addition to the on-screen acknowledgement, an email confirmation with your submission results will be sent to the address you used to register access to the system. Notify evv staff of the successful test submission by emailing dmhf_evv@utah.gov. Include the name of your Utah ID account in the email. Once access is granted, use the evv system to submit real evv data. Submitting a corrected record. To submit a correction to a previous record, you will need to have the original receipt ID, batch ID, and record ID from the previous submission to populate the CSV template. Use the email confirmation and copy the original receipt ID. In the CSV template, it is important that the org, receipt, ID column is formatted as text. Otherwise, the system will truncate the entry, and the file will fail. To upload the correction CSV file, click the Choose File button, and check the correction checkbox. Then click the Upload CSV File button. This concludes the evv CSV file demonstration. Just a reminder, the evv CSV user guide and the evv technical specification documents are companion guides to this video and can be found at medicaid.utah.gov/evv. For questions, feedback, and inquiries regarding electronic visit verification, email dmhf_evv@utah.gov. Thank you.